Hello, welcome everyone. Louis already has 1 point. Hello, welcome everyone to Pillar to Post here on Fightful. We are on the main Fightful channel this week because listing your boy. Apparently, Sean Ross Sapp is on some secret top mission. I don't know what he's doing. He's out there getting the scoops. He's trying to be like Lambs. So listing your boy is not here this week. You can find them yesterday. This Pillar to Post, Fightful's version of Around the Horn. I'm Jeremy Lambert, joined for special guests this week from Fansided NFL, from your tender mentions, your tender DMs. You can see him on sometimes Bailey's box whenever we get around to actually recording something like that. It's Jarrett Bailey. Jarrett, how you doing?
You said your tender messages, and that's great. I'm doing good, Jeremy. I'm doing great. I tried, I ran a poll on Twitter saying should I go with wrestling t-shirt or fancies, because I feel like this is a shirt that Ethan Page would wear. So I put that on, and I didn't have a toothpick, so I'm gonna put the a Camel Crush, the official cigarette of white people, in my mouth to honor Scott Hall. So cheers. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. I'm glad to be here.
Fair enough. Also joining us from, she's on like every single show on this channel. I'm pretty sure she booted me off the channel so I could get my own, and then she just took all the shows that I was doing. It is Kate. Kate, how are you?
Heyo, how are you, Jeremy?
I'm well.
You look great today.
Here. That sucks. Do I? It's been a long day.
You do. I'm not sucking up for points. That's not what I'm doing at all.
Fair.
Has anyone told you look like Lambs, the reporter?
Who? I don't know who that is. I've never heard of this man.
You kind of look like him.
No, I don't know who he is. He seems like a handsome guy, but if that's the case, but I don't know who that guy is. Returning for some reason, mainly because Alex McCarthy canceled, so he was my second choice. His son is here, though. He made all the waves last time by sucking up to WWE, standing up for WWE, as he always does, is Louis Dangoor. Louis, there we go. There we go.
Thanks for having me. Alex and I kind of both float the same way, if you know what I mean. So it'll be very similar having me on the show.
Louis, how about you?
Mike
how about you
sucked
fist
last
me?
time? Oh God.
Other way.
What are you doing? There you go.
Yeah, shake and bake.
Oh my God.
The bad take, boys.
What did you ask, Jeremy?
I was saying your mic sucked last time. This time you said you plugged in a webcam and it looks awful.
It doesn't look awful.
It looks awful.
It looks awful.
It looks
great.
awful.
It looks great.
Looks terrible. Finally, someone with some actual sense around here. Our defending champion from Grapsody, Righteous Reg. Reg, how are you?
In the building, the only person in this chat to make CM Punk cry. It's your boy, Righteous Reg, double R in the building. What's up? I'm here to defend my title. I'm here to win again in the building. It's your boy.
Guys, if you don't know how this works, this is usually on Overbooked, but I told Sean I'm doing it on the main channel this week since you're away. But you guys can go to FightfulOverbooked.com where we have daily. Louis, mute you. I'm gonna mute you already. Louis is at -1. He actually started this by I accidentally put his score on the screen where he had 1. Now he's at -1. All right.
Well deserved for that hat, Louis.
Yeah. Usually we're on FightfulOverbooked.com, but we're on the main channel this week. Every other week we do this. If you don't know how it works like Around the Horn. We have a couple of sections that we do. So we have the opening bell where there are 2 main topics, and everybody will get a couple minutes to speak on those topics. I score the points. I can mute people however I'd like. That is a minus points. We do have a new fancy scoring system. It's really not that fancy. It's just me clicking banners. The second round is push or bury. I will give the topic. The competitors, panelists will decide if they want to push or bury that topic or the substance of that topic. After the second round, person with the lowest score gets kicked out of here. Third round, so the lightning round this week, we're doing over under. So I will throw out a number, and then the competitors will decide if they want to go over or under, whatever the number and topic, they go hand in hand with that. And then the person with the lowest score after that, their kick, closing stretch, final 2 or 3 topics, one-on-one showdown. It was Louis and Reg last time. Reg picked up the victory because he booked an all roads WrestleMania, which, I mean, why wouldn't I give Reg a victory?
Priceless, some would say.
Yes, very true. All right, here we go, guys. We're going to start with the opening bell. And we're going to start with Hangman Page. His title run continues after defeating Adam Cole at AEW Revolution. And people like Louis were sick of it after like 3 days before he even won the title. So, Louis, I'm going to throw it to you first. Book me who dethrones Hangman Page for the AEW World title.
I mean, I'm sure the answer is going to be the same as everyone, but it is MJF, my Jewish brother MJF. It just makes sense for it to be him. Like your top heel, realistically, for the future, you want your top babyface to be dethroned by him. I think that he'd get the maximum amount of heat, especially if he does it in a way. Listen, I'm not saying in an open challenge in Hangman Page's hometown, but something that's slightly underhanded that can really get under the fan's skin. I think it'd be best definitely to have MJF do that. He's quite tied up with Wardlow now, so maybe something involving CM Punk as well to give it that extra boost of like buzz. I guess having CM Punk involved, but yeah, I'd say even something like even All Out, where it's 3 years on from Hangman Page failing to win the world title in the All Out, you could have him lose the title and lose the title to MJF, and that way you kind of continue the arc and leave more in for Hangman Page to potentially regain that title over MJF at a later date, even All Out the following year maybe, and really play the long game with this.
Jarrett?
I think it'll be MJF, but to separate myself from everybody else who will say MJF, I'll play devil's advocate and I'll say Bryan Danielson. Because you look at what could come from that, like obviously this whole partnership with Jon Moxley seems to be going well. You know, having William Regal there is awesome. Maybe they put together a little bit of a faction. Maybe it's not just a tag team anymore. Maybe they do what they said they were going to do. Bring in guys like Lee Moriarty, and these up and coming really good just technicians to form a super stable, have them collect all the gold, and eventually have either Danielson turn on Mox turn on Danielson, and then there's your feud for the AEW World title. If Danielson is the world champion, Mox gets a little bit jealous. That could, be a story in it of itself where that disbands the stable, and then main event of the next pay-per-view is Danielson Mox for the AEW World Championship. I would be very okay with that. I do think it is going to be MJF, but like I said, just to play devil's advocate, Bryan Danielson would also be very okay.
No more MJF talk. Jerry or Reg.
No more MJF. Forget about MJF here for a minute because, the inevitable is the inevitable. I think what needs to happen here, and I think what is actually happening here is Adam Page, Hangman, is tired of sitting in the wings, tired of waiting, tired of being an undefending champion. He has done a couple things since, he won the championship, but it's been pretty slow for him. So he starts going at it extra hard week after week. He's defending the AEW World Championship, kind of like how he did last week against Dante Martin, somebody young and up and coming that, never know, might be able to get the victory. And one of these days, they do get the victory. I think we need a bit of a surprise here. I mean, everybody here is saying the same thing. MJF is going to win the championship. Boring. We're all bored. We see it. We see what's happening here. So you have this Hangman is going at it every week defending this championship, and then 1 week he meets the inevitable, the unstoppable. His name is Keith Lee. He is the new AEW World Champion. Keith Lee comes in here and dominates Hangman Page because he's been dominating everybody, and he has been dominating the whole AEW roster since he got here. And I think with the momentum that Keith Lee has already coming in, it'd be a perfect time to just let it happen.
Who dropped off? Louis dropped off.
Louis
he was
dropped
offended
out. Thank God.
Boom,
Yeah,
like that. It's easy. I deserve a point for like.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm going to give you 2 points just for making Louis drop off. Good job, Reg. Kate, what do you think?
I am not saying this to play devil's advocate. I truly think it is going to be CM Punk. You guys have to not forget about the rankings that everybody loves so much. I actually hate them. I hate them so much. Okay. But there is this idea that you have to earn your way up, right? And CM Punk has gone through everyone. I think you get a face Punk versus a face Hangman, and then you have the heel turn for Punk be in this match. Low blows Adam Page, something like that. Costs Adam Page the title. He turns heel in that moment, and then you get a Summer of Punk. I don't think these next reigns need to be these like year-long, super long reigns. I think you can have CM Punk drop to someone after 6 months, have his run, put over a bunch of young talent in the process. And I think that's great. But I do appreciate that they, as much as I hate the rankings and I despise the rankings, they do have the sense of you have to earn your way into the title picture. And I think that's what this whole Punk run has been about. I think really the momentum of Reg making him cry, I think you want to capitalize on that and immediately have that go into the feud. But
let's go. I play a part in this feud is what you're saying, Kate. I agree. I'm in.
Reg is, maybe it's a triple threat. I don't know. But I do sincerely think we are getting these seeds of the CM Punk heel turn being for the title. And I think it's going to happen in a moment for the title instead of him giving some huge promo. I think it's got to be Punk. He's getting older. You got to capitalize. And we're tired of feel good Punk. Why not do it for the title? Cash in on that heel turn at the same time.
Anybody thinking, as I threw this out there at Revolution, it clearly didn't happen. The Cole stuff is continuing, right? Is there a chance Cole beats him and then we do Cole and Red Dragon, Omega and Bucks, and they make it for the title? Jarrett,
it just doesn't seem like an AEW move. I want to see Cole, Red Dragon against Omega and the Bucks. I don't want it to be, a 6-man tag where, winner, the leader of each group take the AEW title. Louie's back. Hi, Louie.
I am on my phone because the Wi-Fi.
We don't care, Louie.
Oh, that's hilarious. Yeah, I think they're trying to maybe aim for trios titles, and what you're talking about could be for the trios championships. I do honestly think that Adam Cole has a chance to maybe get a surprise victory, a surprise win for the AEW championship, because another person that has a lot of momentum is Adam Cole, but I just don't think it's really the time right now with the other contenders that are set up.
And don't forget, we have that Battle of the Belts nonsense that we have to fulfill in the coming months too. So it's not necessarily they're keeping this going till the next pay-per-view. It could just be a blow-off for Battle of the Belts. I'm hoping we get trios titles really soon.
Louis,
I think they're going to wait. Go on.
Go ahead, Louis.
I said I think they're going to wait for Kenny Omega for the trios titles, whenever that is, and maybe have the first match be Red Dragon.
I like how Louis says, I think we're going to wait. Tony Khan literally said they're going to wait until Kenny Omega comes back. You're not breaking
hang on.
You can't unmute yourself, Louis. I mute you again.
Great.
All right, go ahead. What do you have to say, Louis? You're back at 1 point right now. You're actually at -1. I didn't even put up negative because I just assumed.
Listen. I'm going out. I'm going out. I think it's quite well known that I'm leaving this round. I'm done. But I'll just stay here for the meantime. Firstly, do you think I listen to Tony Khan's interviews anymore when they're just inane, carny bullshit?
Oh.
No,
put the WWE hat on, Louis. Louis, put the WWE hat on.
So, I didn't know that he'd said what he said. Don't really care anyway. Probably big announcement coming soon. Dynamite. Big announcement, guys. Dynamite's tonight. Didn't you know?
Come on, man.
That sounds about right. Honestly, that sounds like what Tony Khan sounds like.
Up the Fed.
Your guy's trying to wrestle. He's 76 years old, so there's that.
No. Fake reports.
All right, so Reg threw out Keith Lee. You were on the MJF bandwagon, Louis. Jarrett, you have said you went Devil's Advocate instead of MJF, and then you went Danielson. And Kate, you were going CM Punk. Any other dark horse names out there? I'm gonna throw a name at you, and this is probably gonna sound like I'm sucking up to somebody right now. I've listened to about 3 million Swerve Scott interviews over the past 3 weeks.
I don't want to say it because I didn't want to be a suck up.
This man is nothing but money.
Give Rich more points for not being a suck up. I appreciate that.
Because I wanted to be like Swerve, but I didn't want to be that guy because of course I would. But come on, man. The writing's on the fucking wall, you guys. It's time.
Yeah, this man is nothing but money. Okay, and I'd put every belt on him right now. I think it'd be a shame if he doesn't have the TNT, at least the TNT title by Double or Nothing. This man is complete money.
I would be
Yeah,
very
I
okay
like what
with
Scorpio
Swerve Scott
Sky is
getting the
doing
push.
though, so I don't know. Like, I don't want to get it immediately off of Scorpio Sky because I like what he's going to do and I like what he's going to represent when AEW comes to California. So I don't want to immediately be like, Swerve, go ahead and take that. But I wouldn't be mad at it.
Yeah, and
Okay.
we've got to represent the men of the year as well, because my brother in arms, Ethan Page, needs to get some more of that screen time along with Scorpio Sky. So definitely don't take it off Scorpio quite yet.
Brother in button-ups, my friend. I don't know. If
Do I not look like I'm in Ethan Page cosplay right now? Here, I'll even pull out. I'll even pull out a toy from a toy hunt vlog. I got a little
Wow.
So yeah,
Wow.
I'm very team
God.
Ethan Page.
This is sucking up if I've ever seen it.
I was just gonna say, where's your
This
all
is-
ego hat, brother?
Okay.
This is, but can I throw one more name out there?
Sure.
It's a legitimate one that I've been thinking.
Roman
for a while.
Reigns.
It is Roman Reigns.
Explain. I'm just gonna let you explain this.
Listen. He's the big dog. He's it would do wonders for AEW to like work with a big promotion, like
Wonders.
work with like a true main event talent, like a real top star.
How are you
And I
giving
think-
him points for this, Jeremy? I just saw
He's
that
committed
go
to
up.
it. He's committed to it. Honestly, bless him. He's committed to it. He's getting
Bye.
points for the commitment.
Awful.
Any more Roman Reigns praise in this AEW conversation, Louis?
I think he's doing a great job in the promotion he's in.
He's barely doing good at that, I think. Let's
I
move
don't know
on.
if that's his fault.
Let's move on.
All right, that's
here.
another topic. Other main topic here. WrestleMania is 2 nights. I don't know if you've heard. It's stupendous. You guys
Speaking
heard that
of.
word? Have you heard that word before? That it's stupendous? Is 2 nights too much? Because I'm looking at this card and I'm thinking it's about the most awful thing in the entire world. Louis, I'm going to let you go last. I'm sure you're going to defend the hell out of
2
it.
nights
Kate,
is not enough. It's not enough.
shut up, Louis. Kate, what do you think?
I think Louis deserves points deducted for interrupting what was my spot.
He got
but
muted. He's down to 4. I got to take the scoreboard. There we go.
I think 2 nights is too much anyway. And then when this is the 2 nights you're giving us, it's definitely too much. I feel like WrestleMania is supposed to be like the best of your best storylines. I don't think it needs to be this inclusivity party. And to put Stand and Deliver as a matinee before that, I think is egregious. Absolutely egregious. Maybe it's because I don't want to review both of them back to back in the same day, which I will absolutely be doing, but I just think it's way too much to ask of fans. And I think that this is probably your weakest card, at least since I've been watching wrestling, for a 1-night Mania. And now you've stretched it out to 2. No,
Yeesh.
man, there's nothing that I'm interested in because I've seen every single title match before already, and they have done absolutely nothing with the mid card and the tag team title picture. So I've either seen it already multiple times or you've made no effort to build it. There's nothing on this card that really entices me. I have minor interest in a couple of things, but I've literally seen every title match before. It's ridiculous.
Jarrett, what do you think?
I agree with Kate in terms of the SmackDown tag title picture not being worth anything. But RK Bro and Alpha Academy, whatever they do with that, the eventual heel turn, whether it be with Orton or Riddle, I'm looking forward to that. That's about all I'm looking forward to. When the WWE Twitter page tweets out, who are you most excited to see at WrestleMania? And not one of them was a wrestler. It's Pat McAfee, some YouTube douchebag, and Johnny Knoxville. Like, why should I care about WrestleMania when none of the people that you're asking who are we excited to see are full-time wrestlers for your company? So it just makes me not... Why should fans get invested year-round when it's very clear that, you know, they're only going to bring in big-time stars and mainstream stars for their biggest show of the year when other people could be getting those spots? It's... I don't know, man. I'm vaguely interested in... I'm going to watch it, obviously. It's WrestleMania. It would be asinine not to watch it, but nothing about this outside of RK Bro and Alpha Academy is getting me hooked for the show. So that's where I stand on it, is YouTube douchebags at WrestleMania. It's not my thing.
Reg?
As someone who has been to 2 nights of WrestleMania last year, do not recommend. 0 out of 10. Awful idea, so bad. I should have just went to the first night. I should have just watched Sasha and Bianca and left forever. But instead, my friend convinced me to go to the second night, which is just a bunch of fluff, fuller bullshit, which is exactly what this show is. What is the point of having 50 matches? I don't want to watch 5 of these matches. Why would I want to watch 50 of them? Anytime, the thing with their pay-per-view, premium live events is they're just continuing stuff from Raw in like the worst way, not even like in a good way. They're like, here's this match that you've seen 15 legit times in a different way throughout Raw. Why would I want to see a continuation of that on the biggest show of all time? It's crazy. Like, people are thirsty for nostalgia, but like legit back in the day, like when 2 wrestlers were going to wrestle at WrestleMania, they didn't touch for years. Like they touched one time on the way to WrestleMania in like some random brawl. Now it's like you're going to see them in a triple threat match and a tag match and a singles match, championship contenders contest. It's like, it's ridiculous, all these things. So like, I have zero interest in anything going on. Even the people I like in this show, I have zero interest in. I just don't want to see this. I'm going to be in Texas for WrestleMania weekend, and I'm going to do everything I can to avoid. If somebody says WWE, I'm going to push them on the ground. So I hope that Louis is nowhere to be found, because I just don't know what might happen. If I see that hat, I might just fling it. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. But look, WrestleMania, awful waffle. I hope you guys enjoy. It's going to be so long. I was at the longest other WrestleMania of all time in New York, 500 hours. Why are you guys doing this? Just do 8 matches and let's go home. Take it home. That's a wrestling thing. Take it home. Y'all don't never take it home. Y'all were like, extended Iron Man match of these shows. No, I don't.
All right, Reg. All right. Louis, defend your company.
Defend your company.
Go, Louis. He's still muted. This is great.
All you suckers. Listen, you'll whine, you'll bitch, you'll complain. You'll watch the show. You'll tweet about the show. Oh, great. Logan Paul, well done. You'll review the show. You are feeding into the machine, and we will all lap it up. It's great. In my opinion, WrestleMania is not long enough. You should have WrestleMania week, but like every show be like WrestleMania. And that's what we're going to get. You don't discount the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal and Women's Battle Royals that are going to be on SmackDown that way. No. Don't discount them. Do not discount them. WrestleMania is the most stupendous show of the year. And when we all say that, we genuinely mean it. And I say we, and I mean we. It's going to be a great show. Cody Rhodes is going to be there. Logan Paul, YouTube sensation Logan Paul is going to be there.
Is Veer going to be there?
Veer might be there. Who knows? Current, relevant, up-to-date star Johnny Knoxville's going to be there. Pat McAfee, who does the kicking in the football, is going to be there. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. It is really going to be great. And
You've really sold me. You didn't even use the word stupendous, Louis.
I did. You just didn't hear me. I did. Sorry.
Oh,
you think I'm not branding and media trained on how to sell this stuff. I sell this show.
We've built up an immunity. We've built up an immunity to the word stupendous at this point.
Oh.
Stupendous.
Here's the thing.
Can't wait.
Louis, he makes a point. I'm going to say it's a good point, but he makes a point in that we will watch, we will tweet. Kate, you're probably going to do a review show. Jarrett, you might get invited onto one of these review shows. Like, we're going to have to watch and tweet about it, right? Like, they've got us. They've got us here, right, Kate?
But I also have to watch the pay-per-views AEW does because it's my job, but that doesn't mean it should be 2 nights. Come on, man.
You'd all love it if it was 2 nights.
The question was, should it be 2 nights? The question was not, is it stupendous or not, which it's not.
It should not be 2 nights. It should
Don't
be 6.
discount the Andre the Giant Battle Royal. That's like a 75% discount.
Memorial. The Andre
and
the Giant
what a
Memorial
way
Ball.
to pay tribute to his legacy by putting him on some pre-show of a 2-night WrestleMania between Stand and Deliver and Night One.
Sorry.
Some battle royal that'll be won by Cedric Alexander that will never get mentioned on TV once.
For a trophy
pre-show
that looks like a chocolate bar. Nope.
Some pre-show that's watched by what, like nearly double the amount of people that watch the stupid other show on TBS.
This was not about ratings. This
Oh
was
my God! Dante Martin versus Hangman Page. Wow!
Oh my God! It was a good match.
Andre the Giant, and more people will watch Dolph Ziggler skin the cat on Monday Night Raw in the Battle Royal. Up the Fed.
God bless you.
Louis, what match are you most looking forward to on this show?
I can't even keep up with a bit anymore. I don't know what I've said.
Oh, you're getting muted now. No, he admit that he was broken on the pin.
Broken, Louis Dangoor.
He admitted that he couldn't keep it up. Kate, what match are you most looking forward to?
If Cody shows up, I'm intrigued at least by Cody and Seth. I think that'll be good. If not, probably the tag match, I guess.
What tag match? I don't even know what the tag match is.
RK Bro versus Alpha Academy. That should be like incredible.
The Street Profits are involved in that, aren't they?
I think it's a triple threat tag for the Raw.
Okay, so that'll be great.
All right, Jarrett, you mentioned yours. Reg, do you have a match you're excited for? I think Reg is muted. I kept him muted. Sorry, Reg.
I would like to see if Bianca gets her comeuppance. They keep saying let it play out. We're going to see if it plays out against Becky Lynch at WrestleMania. See if she gets to do her 60, whatever that SummerSlam thing was. So, yeah, I'm looking for Bianca and Becky Lynch.
I hate myself for it, but I'm also I'm a huge Jackass fan. I'm looking forward to Sami Zayn and Johnny Knoxville.
I love Jackass too, man. I like people are burying Johnny Knoxville, but I'm like, dude, I just watched it. It was great. I liked it.
Like low key too, like Sami Zayn's gonna be allowed to just beat the living hell out of him, and it's gonna be exciting.
Yo, he threw forearms. He threw forearms in the Royal Rumble. I'm excited for Johnny Knoxville.
Love Johnny Knoxville.
Definitely.
Can I break format and ask a question?
No, Louis, what's your favorite Jackass bit?
The one where he jumps off the thing into the other thing, and then he goes, "Whoa!" and falls off.
You've never seen the show, have you?
No.
Never.
Mm-hmm. I genuinely didn't even know who Johnny Knoxville was until he told me.
That's
you gotta talk to Luke.
Mainstream.
talk to Luke Owen about Jackass. Apparently, he's ginormous into it.
He loves it.
See, I think what might actually be my favorite match, and this is why I wanted to break the format, was I think that we are going to get Bianca versus Ronda for women's unification on night 2, and I think Becky is going to cost Ronda. So I think that might be like a surprise that they throw in, because it makes no sense to walk out of Mania with a men's unified title and not a women's one. So I think you have to have Bianca.
Kate, you just answered your own question. It makes no sense. So that's why they're going to do it. Oh.
And you said cost Ronda. No one ever cost Ronda. This is her company. She's female Brock Lesnar. She will never lose here, ever. Not once. She's not losing.
So she's going to beat Bianca is the problem.
Yes.
She should.
Fast, too. In like 3 or 4 seconds, maybe. It's the female Brock Lesnar. Did you not hear me, Kate? Brock Lesnar, there are no rules for this person. She goes in and she does exactly what she wants. She's going to win every championship anytime she's on screen because she's the female Brock Lesnar.
And now she's a 2-trick pony as well. She no longer just has her armbar; she has her leg lock as well, her ankle. So you can't discount that. She's gonna attack Bianca.
She's gonna somehow lock up 2 women at the same time.
Yeah. One in the arm, one in the leg, tap them both out. Love it.
Over.
All right. After the opening bell, the scores are: Kate has 14, Jarrett has 10, Reg has 14, Louis somehow has 9. I'm way too generous.
I'm on 10.
10. Sorry. It's 10. Jeez. Jarrett, what are you doing here? Letting the bad take bros, you guys are just bad taking all the way to the bottom. right now. Guys, if you're leaving super chats and humper chats, I'm going to read them all at the end so we don't just completely get derailed from this already derailing show. But right now, before we go to our next segment, we go to a commercial break.
Back into the television soon. You know the Inner Circle? The Inner Circle will be rebranding soon. All right? Santana and Ortiz, they will be kicked out. It's going to be Fuego. Fuego is going to take the spot of Samuel Guevara. Chris Jericho will remain. Chris Jericho, always the Inner Circle. Chris Jericho stays as the Inner Circle. Fuego will take the spot of Samuel Guevara. 2.0 is actually going to take the spot of Santana and Ortiz. All right. Chris Jericho actually loves 2.0, even though he called him Blockhead and all of that stuff. But 2.0, they are going to be the new team in the Inner Circle. Jake Hager will also remain because Chris Jericho loves Jake Hager. All right. That's going to be the new Inner Circle. Chris Jericho, Fuego, 2.0, and Jake Hager. Inner Circle 2.0. Get ready, everybody. That's an L2 right there.
That was Lambs. He broke the news of the Inner Circle rebrand last week. Lambs had that scoop. All right.
Similar sweatshirt to you. Similar sweatshirt.
man.
I've never seen that man in my life.
I know, but
What
he sounds like Gonzo a little bit.
He does a little bit.
That inspired me a little bit. I think I'm gonna dress up in full Danhausen cosplay for Friday night with Kate, doing the post. I'll do the voice and everything.
I'm pretty sure Lambs is a character from Dick Tracy. I've seen him in the background at least once or twice. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't know
seen
who
this
Lambs
before.
is. All I know is Wednesday afternoon, he put that scoop out there, and Wednesday night, we saw what happened. You may think you got it wrong with Fuego and Daniel Garcia, but you've never seen Fuego and Daniel Garcia in the same room. For all we know, it's the same person. So, okay, Lambs is on to something. He knows people who knows people. All right. We go to Pusher Barry now. Nick Aldis is challenging for the NWA World's Heavyweight Championship at NWA Crockett Cup this weekend against Matt Cardona. Louis, we'll start with you. Are you pushing or burying Nick Aldis regaining the NWA World's Heavyweight Championship?
Genuinely couldn't give less of a fuck. I didn't know he lost the belt. Zack Ryder.
Didn't know he lost the belts.
Zack Ryder versus Mickey James's husband. It'll be fine. I'll probably see a clip on YouTube and pretend that I watched it and then tweet about it. Oh my god, that's so cool! But no, I honestly, I don't care. Have him lose. Cool.
Jarrett, you pushing or burying Nick Aldis regaining the title?
I'm burying this quite hard. It's great that he was NWA champion for like 525,600 days or whatever in God's name it was, but it also helps that he's basically like running the company. He's kind of like super Jeff Jarretting the title. So no, Matt Cardona's been doing great things, and keep the title on him. Keep this run going. He's become such a great character in the past year or so. Good for Matt Cardona. Give him every title on every other promotion. I want to see GCW champion Matt Cardona. Keep going.
Let's not go that far. Kate?
I am sadly agreeing with the bad take, boys. I don't know what to do about that, but I agree. I think Cardona has brought a lot of buzz that wasn't there. I think people don't care about Nick Aldis, and I think the NWA always seems to be fledging on story, and I don't think going back to like the default story of Nick Aldis is necessarily a good idea. My barber, I was talking to him the other day. He knows who Matt Cardona is. It's a huge deal. Leave it on him forever and ever and ever. But sincerely, like I think it has brought a new energy into the product that they desperately needed. And Aldis, while I think has value, is not like the energy that product needs right now.
And Reg.
I fell asleep hearing the question that you asked. I fell asleep hearing everybody talk about this at the moment. I fall asleep anytime those three letters are mentioned and they're not talking about Dr. Dre and Ice Cube. Look, I don't want to hear NWA. I can't. Actually, I lied because I saw something with their junior division. They're having Darius Lockhart is in this running for this junior tag, the junior heavyweight championship. So I am interested in that. But Nick Aldis as world champion or even as a contender world champion again is not the way to go. I love what they're doing with Matt Cardona. I think he's running the independent wrestling scene. I do think he should have all the championships. But this is just going backwards. Why do you want to go backwards? I know why, because the dude that sang 1979 is out there up front.
Unfortunately, with the Darius Lockhart thing, Austin Aries is also.
Oh
that,
yeah,
so,
that's. He was talking about Austin Aries in the promo, and I was like, oh god.
Yeah, tough times.
Tough.
Pusha Berry, we just you heard Lambs break the news. Jericho Appreciation Society. Everyone loves Chris Jericho as much as they love the Acclaim, as far as I know. Reg, what are your thoughts on the Jericho Appreciation Society?
I thought we were done with this. I thought this was it. I thought there was no more groups, no more what happened here? The Inner Circle was over. This is just the Inner Circle rebranded, like Lamb said. Lamb said it. He broke the news already. I love Daniel Garcia. That's my friend. He's very cool. He's awesome. I thought he was going to be with Bryan Danielson. I was excited about these potential things that are happening. Now he's over here with fucking Chris Jericho again, gonna try to get off his I'm a sports entertainer social media influencer bits. No, do not want to see Barry.
Hey, Pusha Berry and the Jericho Appreciation Society.
I'm actually going to push it, and not just because Lambs is the best scoop reporter in the game, but I think this is actually going to be good. I think that 2.0 can align really well with Jericho. I think this is going to get back to the heel character Jericho, which is the best rendition of him. So if you're going to have him on the screen, doing this is smart. I think you're going to see Daniel Garcia defect eventually to this Danielson stable, and that could create a compelling story. And Hager he's fine. So I think it's actually going to be good. Like, I have no interest in Hager. I never had. When he was presented as like their big reveal, I was like, nope. But I think this could actually be good. And I think it's a good way to continue the value. If you're going to have Chris Jericho on screen, this is the best version of him that can provide the most value to the company, because I think you can put over a bunch of young guys doing this. Though I know Louis Dangoor is going to be like, oh, it's not Y2 Jericho.
Kate or Jarrett, Pusha Berry.
Yeah, I'm bearing this hard. I was looking forward to heel Chris Jericho. That's good. Like, I'm glad that heel Chris Jericho is. I cannot stand 2.0. I absolutely despise 2.0. I cannot stand when they're on my screen. I was hoping that Daniel Garcia would just go with Bryan Danielson and Jon Moxley. It makes all the sense in the world to do it. I don't need some story of defection. Like, Kate, I get it. That would be fine if he does do that. Just have him do it now. There's no need to put in some weird storyline with Chris Jericho. And yeah, Jake Hager is... Like, without Jericho, Jake Hager is so directionless in this company. Like, he has to be with Chris Jericho. But at that point, just make him a heel tag team. That's fine. I don't need 2.0 and Daniel Garcia riding and rolling with Chris Jericho as some... by the way, Jericho Appreciation Society. What in the Christ kind of name is... I can't get behind it. Burying the hell out of it. Not good.
They're, I think, going to find a way to make the acronym Jackass at some point, which is all that I'm holding out for on that.
Louis, defend your boy.
Listen, this is exact push to the moon, by the way. This is exactly the type of content AEW needs. Listen, flippy shit is cool. Like, great. Like, do it. Like, do a moonsault. Cool, where like the referee has to hold down like your legs so you don't move. Like, cool. That's like do some like elaborate cutter off the top rope. No. This is what gets you viewers. The sports entertainment side of it, not the carny wrestling shit. The sports entertainment side of it. And this is what Jericho's going to do. He's going to teach these boys a lesson. Daniel Garcia is far better off learning how to be a sports entertainer than he is learning how to be a professional wrestler. Learning how to do it.
Weren't we supposed to eliminate someone after the first round?
No, listen. Don't talk out of turn, Kate.
Exactly. Docker a point. This is what it's about. It's about the sports entertainment aspect. And Jericho brings that better than anyone. Chris Jericho is the savior. This is going to be better than Y2J. This is going to be better. He might even produce like a Festival of Friendship-esque segment. This is going to be gold. It's amazing for AEW to have a true visionary and a true talent on its books in the form of Chris Jericho, who can really right this ship that is badly detouring off course. So Jericho for the win. Push this to the moon. Honestly, I can't wait.
All right, Louis. All right.
Look, Louis made some points with the rating. Like, people really genuinely do like Chris Jericho. Like, that is actually a point, strangely enough.
Best heel in wrestling is Louis Dangoor.
Like, people are still loving Judas, man. It never fails. Like, as soon as Judas hits, like, even as them being heels, they're still gonna cheer and sing Judas every single time. So
the final pusher, Barry. Pete Dunne has a new name. His name is Butch. If you guys haven't heard, he looked like he was very. What are you pointing at?
Go to Louis first, please.
Oh. His name is Butch. If you haven't heard, he looked like he was thrilled with this name change. I'm not even going to ask you to Pusher Barry the Butch name or anything like that. Pusher Barry, do these changes really even matter, Louis? Like, are we just upset about nothing over this stuff?
Yeah, no. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm gonna have to take my WWE out for this one. Because it did suck, right? Like, it really sucked. I understand why they do it, right? Like, they don't own the term Pete Dunne, so they want to own the term, and I have no issue with them changing his name. Like, cool. If you want to change his name, it's not what I do, but do it. Just don't change it to Butch. Like, and the annoying thing is, maybe it's just me, but like Ridge Holland, Sheamus, and Pete Dunne, it's a pretty cool group. I could get behind that. So the fact it was kind of tampered with and messed with, and they made him into Butch isn't great. But listen, if anyone can get it over, it is Pete. And I would only get it over is using that term liberally. But if anyone can make it work, it is probably Pete Dunne. Listen, we're weeks away from.
All right, Louis, I'm tired of listening. Jarrett, Pusher Barry, these name changes.
I mean, it's obviously a Barry, but I can echo a little bit what Louis says. Like, I get that they want to own the names of these people, but John Cena, WWE still owns like that name. Like, anytime John Cena does anything, WWE get a cut of it because John Cena like agreed to it. If they want to have something like that, like, then do it with Walter. Don't change it to Gunter. If they want to do something like that with Pete Dunne, then work out something.
It's Gunther, by the way. Gunther.
Whatever, Louis. But so, and like Louis said, if they're going to change it, then sure. I would rather them see work out a John Cena type deal where they have, some sort of compensation toward the name, or just think of something better than Butch. Yeah, I just don't understand why. Who is the writer who thought of that? And everybody said, "You son of a bitch, I'm in." Like, it just doesn't make sense why to go from established wrestling star Pete Dunne to Butch. I just don't get it.
Reggie, Pusher Barry, these name changes.
I think at this point they don't matter. Like, I think Lambs could actually be a part of this group too. He goes along with Pete, Butch, Lambs, Sheamus, Ridge. Like, I think that's a pretty good crew. But no, in reality, none of this matters anymore. Gunther was a thing, but like, no one talks about it after that night or two that we all were upset about it. It's not a thing anymore. It's WWE. They're going to change these names. Like Louis said, it's not going to matter. We're still going to watch 2 nights of WrestleMania.
Kate, Pusher Barry, the name changes.
Very hard, and to counter Red on this, and we are winning the battle for brand supremacy here at Fightful. I don't want to like mess with our points too much, but like, it does matter because people are chanting Walter. As someone who has to watch 2.0 every week, they are chanting Walter when Gunther comes out there. So I think it's demoralizing to do to your talent too. I think it just robbing them of any like sense or optimism when they get called up to the main roster seems to be a common theme, and I don't like it. And on top of that, you're punishing the viewer for giving a crap about your product. Like, he has been established as someone else in this product for a number of years. You call him up and you don't just change the spelling of his last name to own it. Stop punishing me for investing in different levels of your product. It's ridiculous. So I think it's a disservice to the fans on multiple levels, and I think it's a disservice to the talent because, like, to Louis' point, I had an interest in what was going to be New Day before Big E got injured, and this trio. I think that could be really cool. You have this Punisher, you have Sheamus, and you have
Kate,
this
you are
guy.
describing WWE. I'm sorry, I have to interrupt you. Everything you said doesn't apply in WWE. They don't care about you. They don't care about your feelings. They don't care about any of that. This is WWE. They don't care.
Very true.
They don't
That's
care
why I'm
about you
bearing
liking.
it.
They don't care about you liking their old name. They don't care about
Preach it,
any of
Reg.
that. They don't care about the fans chanting. They don't care about none of that. This is the World Wrestling Federation, ran by Vincent Kennedy McMahon. All he cares about is the almighty dollar, and he gets it every time.
Last word to defend this company.
Listen. As Reg said, WWE doesn't give a shit. I would wager Vince McMahon has never watched an episode of NXT UK.
Yeah. Agreed.
It's a good wager.
Agreed.
But he was.
The offense is still going. So, also, Walter Gunther, after the outrage, kind of died down. Butch, how many people would have been watching the show, or sorry, not watching the show, then decided to tune in when all this outrage was going on Twitter? Quite a lot. There is a buzz. They got people talking. Again, more people watch Butch get angry and look like he actually cut all of his hair off in the hat he was wearing, looking like a Peaky Blinder, than watch Dante Martin do a flip.
Why do you got to keep bringing up Dante Martin? What did he do to you? He didn't deserve this.
Nah, he wrestled for them. That's what he did.
Pete Dunne wrestled on the main roster. Pete Dunne as Pete Dunne wrestled on the main roster. That's your problem.
It happened in the UK on Raw. It doesn't count. Those shows are not counted.
It happened. It happened at Survivor Series as well, right? Didn't he wrestle Adam Cole?
That was the NXT piss break match. That doesn't count. That doesn't count. We were gearing up for Rey Mysterio versus Brock Lesnar. That was like, hey, just go and get your concessions while these guys do some flips and then come back.
All right. That's the end of Pleasure Berry. The scores after this round: Kate has 21, Reg has 21, Louis has 20. Jarrett, you did not outbit Louis enough.
Well, that's just because you totally gave into his bit and just enjoyed it. Which I can't blame you for it, honestly.
Look who you were talking to. I'm a man who appreciates a good commitment to the bit. All right.
So no,
listen,
I don't
play the game. Don't play the game. Play the man. And I know Jeremy's weaknesses. And
Lamb's payroll. Lamb's payroll. If I ever heard it.
Jarrett, would you like to give any final words, any plugs, anything like that?
No, I might stick around for the post show for a little bit, so you'll see me there. But yeah,
he's gonna be on the Friday night show.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna do a show Friday night with Kate. So but yeah, if you want to follow my football stuff, that's also cool at JBailey NFL on Twitter. If I'm not here in the post show, appreciate y'all. It was cool doing this. But yeah, I may or may not be in the post show. If I am, I'll answer whatever is asked of me. But yeah, if not, kudos to Louis for getting that over.
Thanks, buddy. I enjoy you being wrong about my Panthers some more. Thanks, Jarrett. And we'll be right back after this commercial break.
Hey there. It's me, your best pal. I'm just wondering why you're not subscribed to Fightful Overbooked yet. You could be watching amazing shows. Like this one. Or this one. Or this one. Or even this one. I care about you, friend. And I want you to watch good, fun, professional wrestling content. And Degrassi Dudes. And Friday Morning Coffee. I don't know how they got on the channel, but they're there. They're not wrestling related, but people seem to like it. You would too. You're my friend and I appreciate you. So go subscribe now to youtube.com/Fightful Overbooked.
I should really pre-screen these videos. I didn't realize Joe Pro was going to go.
Yeah, Hardy's and Private Party tonight. Everybody stop what you're doing. The Hardy Boys Private Party tonight on AEW Dynamite. Watch that shit. Don't watch that terrible show that happened last night with that softcore porn. I don't know what's going on over there.
Listen. You want to talk about AEW personified? I just got I got an email from them. AEW announcement. I'm like, what's this? And they're like, the Hardy Boys are having a match.
Yeah, Jeff's debut.
Yeah.
That's a big
Come
deal.
on, Louis.
Hey, all right. That leads us in. That actually leads us into over under. Reg didn't know the topics here, but set it up perfectly. Over under 1.5 title reigns. Any title, all right? 1.5 title reigns for Jeff Hardy in AEW. Reg.
Over. Jeff Hardy is going to get a run before he is done here. I think he could potentially be AEW World Champion. Jeff Hardy has this way of grabbing a crowd, no matter where he is, no matter what time it is, no matter what decade it is. If he's in front of a crowd and he's doing Jeff Hardy things, people are going to be into it, and he kind of forces hands a lot of the time. I think he's going to force a couple hands, and win, I'd say 2 to 3 championships while employed by All Elite Wrestling.
Louis.
No, under. It literally every time we speak to someone, we're like, oh, future TNT champion, future tag team champion. There's only so many guys, right? They'll win the tag team titles once, and that'll be it. There are guys like Keith Lee, Isaiah Cassidy, Isaiah Swerve Strickland. I do really like him, by the way. He's very good. I'm not even gonna do a bit about him or suck up. I quite like him. Sammy Guevara, Darby Allin. There are so many guys that should win the TNT title or the world title. Keith Lee, anyone. Hangman Page, MJF before Jeff Hardy. I think they'll have one final tag team run, which will be cool. For some people, not for me, really. But yeah, great. Yeah, I have no interest in seeing Jeff Hardy wrestle anymore. Like, his back is gone. He can't even take off his t-shirt anymore. It's just I can't even say this with a straight face. I really like Jeff Hardy.
No bets on Jeff Hardy, man. I'm telling you, it's Jeff Hardy.
All right.
I can't do this. I love Jeff Hardy.
Over under 1.5 title reigns for Jeff Hardy.
I am gonna take the over because Reg said he was a good hand, and both those hands are going to be going like this with his titles. He has such a special connection with the crowd. I do think trios titles are coming. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw another championship on the men's side coming, just because there's a need for it. I know they don't want to title us to death, but there is a need for it and you have ROH down there right now too. So I think because he's perpetually so over, I think it's really very likely that you will see 2 title reigns, because he could also just be a great transitional champion. You're not going to gain or lose anything by hot potatoing a title with him. I think you're going to start to see somewhat shorter title runs in AEW. I don't think you're going to see anything like week-long reigns or anything like that, but I think you'll probably see them go from like a year to 6 months, maybe, just as more talent continues to develop and come in. So I think between ROH developmental and Jeff Hardy's.
All right, we're not counting ROH developmental, okay? I did like your point about trios, though. That was a good point. Over under 2.5 WrestleMania main events for Bron Breakker in his career, Louis Dangoor.
Quadruple it. Main event every WrestleMania he's on. This guy is money, right? This guy is money. He is Breakker, Bron Breakker. He is star with a great spear. What's going on? Who's interrupting me?
When the kids got home? What do you want me to do? I got alerts when the kids get home.
Bring them in. Bring them in. Bring the kid in. Bring the kid in and make them watch Bron Breakker hit a spear on Dolph Ziggler and teach them about professional wrestling. The sell from Dolph Ziggler. The spear from Bron Breakker. This is what happens when real athletes get into the ring. Real athletes. So Bron Breakker, yes, to main event WrestleMania 7 times. Possibly 8. Maybe even 9.
Kate, over under 2.5 WrestleMania main events for Bron Breakker.
I'm going to say over. I think he is the thing in NXT that's working right now. And gosh, they're going to do him and Goldberg at some point, right? Like that's inevitable. I think you're going to start to see, I think 3 main events for Bron Breakker. He's definitely the guy that's being positioned as the future of the company, is very likely, barring some catastrophic injury or something. I think 3 or more is fair.
Reg?
I'm going to say under. We're giving way too much credit to anybody that comes out of NXT. I think like you want to look to a person like Chad Gable, somebody that has like the acumen of what Bron Breakker represents. And I think like it's going to be hot, but I think Vince is going to be like, well, the Steiners, I didn't care about them when they were here. Why do I care about them now? What's going on now? What's the difference? I don't care about this Steiner kid. Let's name him something else. They already named him something else. So yeah, I don't really have a lot of faith that they're going to give him his due as to who he is and what he deserves, because he's a third generation guy. Like they only like Randy Orton. That doesn't really happen for a lot of people. So I'm going to say under.
That's one. Over 12 months, Tony Khan actually running Ring of Honor as the booker before. He doesn't have to sell it or anything, but he just decides I'm passing it off or does something to where he is not the end all be all at Ring of Honor. 12 months. Kate, over under.
I'm going to take the under on that. I think he is just keeping his hands on it until he can pass it off to somebody else and they feel like everything is in place for him to be able to do that. I could be wrong. That dude is insane. He clearly has the most, like, he's just never slept and has an insane work ethic. But I think he's said that he's going to book it so that they can get the right people in place and the right system in place, and you'll see somebody else take the book within probably 8 months, I would think.
Louis, over under 12 months for Tony Khan running Ring of Honor.
Running what?
AEW NXT. NXT of AEW.
You got it right. Mm-hmm.
I understand. Under, it's the shiny new toy now. There'll be some other big announcement to make in a week, like Jeff Hardy turned up for Dynamite or Keith Lee no longer wrestles in a singlet. It will be like the new thing to announce, and he'll get bored and do something else.
Reg.
Over. This is Tony Khan. This guy never sleeps, like Kate said. If you know anything about Tony Khan, he loves professional wrestling. He used to browse these message boards back in the day, loves Ring of Honor. He wants to do it justice, so he's going to have his hand at the top of that. I think he'll have a lot of help. He has Regal. He'll have maybe Samoa Joe, CM Punk. He has a bunch of help, with Ring of Honor veterans and people that were a part of it. But I think at the end of the day, he's going to continue to run Ring of Honor because he's just such a huge fan of it. I mean, he used to go to Ring of Honor shows. He's not going to let anybody, he paid for this. He's going to have his hand in it the whole time.
At the end of Over Under and the end of this segment, Kate has 25, Reg has 28, Louis, the low person, with 23. I appreciate the bit. You ran out of steam there a little bit at the end. Admitting you had nothing bad to say about Jeff Hardy.
It was difficult.
Come on.
I like Jeff. So when I was like, oh, he can't wrestle anymore, I was like, oh, that's sad. I shouldn't be saying that.
If I lost to Louis, I would have called you a sexist. I'm just gonna go ahead and throw that.
Louis, do you have anything to plug?
WrestleMania.
Oh my God.
You can check out Louis' work at Give Me Sport. You can don't follow him on Twitter at the Louis Dangoor, or you can.
Insane.
He has bad tweets. We got to get him back on Overbook to dunk on him. Guys, we'll be right back after our final commercial break.
Hey, yo.
WrestleMania.
Steven Jensen here from Fightful.com, letting y'all know to tune into the Spotlight every Thursday at 2 p.m. Eastern on the main Fightful YouTube channel. Myself and Jeremy Lambert discuss the world of pro wrestling, including WWE, AEW, other companies such as Impact, MLW, NWA, and independent promotions like GCW and stuff you'd see on independentwrestling.tv. Use code FIGHTTALK. We also do a creator spotlight each week, conducting interviews with content creators, wrestlers, promoters, really anyone that we find interesting in the world of pro wrestling. Plus, we have plenty of shenanigans that you'd expect to see here at Fightful, such as moments like this.
Oh my God! I did not know that was coming.
And moments like this.
So, because I don't really have a great WWE topic, this is the WWE topic. Peanut butter dipped Oreo.
Once again, Join myself and Jeremy every Thursday at 2 p.m. Eastern over at youtube.com/Fightful. This week on the Creator Spotlight, we'll be talking video games with Mike Straw. So hope you tune in, and we'll see you there.
Bless Jensen. He puts those together on like 5 minutes notice every time we do these shows. For the showdown here, the closing stretch, as we're going to call it. It's 1-on-1. I'll give the topic. It is just 1 point each. The points are erased. All the points are erased. Tonight, AEW Dynamite, probably going to be closed by Thunder Rosa, Britt Baker for the AEW Women's Championship. I think we all think that Thunder Rosa is maybe going to win this match, so I'm going to spin it a different way. Give me who dethrones Thunder Rosa after she potentially wins the title tonight. Kate?
Oh, that is a tough question. Who dethrones Thunder Rosa? I think she's going to have a healthy, long reign. Man, my hope is that it's Athena. I think Athena/Ember Moon coming in is going to be the one to do it if we're allowed to say people on the outside. But if we're saying people on the inside, I'm hoping it's Chris Statlander. But I do think it'll be an outside talent.
Reg?
I'm going to say that was a great answer. But I'm going to say someone that is an AEW kind of on fire right now. I'm going to say Layla Hirsch. Layla Hirsch has been on a great run. She's had the thing with Chris Statlander. She's one of the AEW homegrown ones. She's a great talent, young, tough, just like a really great person. I think she could represent as somebody that dethrones Thunder. And I think Thunder's going to look to really put somebody over. It won't be someone that's established. It's going to be someone that she's worked with, someone that she's seen come up from the bottom, because that's what Thunder Rosa does.
Reg, you tipped your hand that you're going Athena, and when Kate took it, gotta give the point to Kate on that one.
Look, it is what it is.
Oh, did you tip? I swear to God, I didn't even see. Did you tip something?
No, the reaction when you said Athena.
Yeah,
right?
come on.
It was clearly going in that
fucking
direction.
answer. Yeah, look, a spade is a spade, as they say.
Fightful Select reported Jonathan Gresham is talking to Tony Khan. We don't know if they're exchanging DMs, if they're having what kind of serious negotiations they're having.
I don't know anything about this.
Oh, come on! I get to work with a handicap. This is bullshit.
Jonathan Gresham is talking to Tony Khan. If you are Tony Khan, Reg, are you bringing Jonathan Gresham into AEW, or are you building Ring of Honor around him?
I think in order to build Ring of Honor around him, you have to bring Jonathan Gresham into AEW. You have to show Jonathan Gresham on AEW TV, Dynamite specifically, as the Ring of Honor World Champion. Say, this is the guy that is running that brand. This is the reason why you should tune into the Ring of Honor that I just purchased. This is Tony Khan saying this, because Jonathan Gresham is an incredible talent. You put him in the ring first night out against Bryan Danielson, you blow everyone's minds, and then that brand is being built over there. So you can have ROH title defenses on Dynamite. You can have ROH title defenses on the pay-per-views. You can have ROH title defenses everywhere. This is another established championship, but ultimately it's telling everyone to watch Ring of Honor that Tony Khan just purchased.
Kate, if you're Tony Khan, are you building ROH around Jonathan Gresham or bringing him into AEW?
I don't know how to do this without sounding like agreement girl with Reg, but that's exactly what you do. And I think there's a very logical story, if you've been following Ring of Honor, that the foundation versus whatever the stable with Danielson and Mox is going to be could be something that's really, really interesting. I'm very intrigued to see if the Pure Rules division continues in Ring of Honor, and that could also be a fun stipulation to add. But I think you absolutely have to have Jonathan Gresham on AEW television to promote the fact that you have Ring of Honor.
All right, got to give the point to Reg on that one, and I want to have a third topic. So, unfortunately, the wrestling world lost Scott Hall on Monday. Favorite Scott Hall memory, Kate?
Oh man, it's got to be the tag match I watched yesterday. It's got to be Diesel and Michaels versus 1-2-3 Kid and Razor. Like, that tag match taught me so much about tag match wrestling. I watched it again. Just as a memory, they did such a good job telling the story of what was happening, but an even better job showing like what tag team wrestling is and not just what happens when two guys work together to be thrown in there. There were also a million spots that the ref was distracted in without him looking stupid. So I hope AEW takes a look at that. But that was sincerely, like, I didn't watch a ton of Scott Hall in real time. I didn't watch any Scott Hall in real time, but like going back and watching his matches, that match for me, I think has to be like my top Razor memory for sure.
Reg, favorite Scott Hall memory?
Very easily. It's cliche, but it is what it is. Scott Hall showing up on Monday Nitro changed so much. As someone that was obsessed with WWF and had just started getting into WCW, to see someone that you loved, the beloved character in your life, show up on another show, you don't know if he's a part of WWF. Like at this time, there wasn't Twitter, there wasn't easily accessible topics and dirt sheets and things, so you didn't know that what was going on. He shows up on here, he blows your mind. He says he's going to bring his friend next week. Everybody at school's going crazy. This is the craziest time in pro wrestling. At my school, it eventually turned to DX versus NWO, and Scott Hall was the catalyst. He's the reason that NWO got hot, is when he stepped on that screen. Everybody was blown away. I was blown away. Every WWF fan could not believe it. And then what it eventually turned to, one of the hottest angles, hottest things in pro wrestling history, 100% is NWO, because like he changed the business with that. People are still, the Bullet Club, people are still copying what they did. So NWO.
Kate, got to go with Reg.
Yeah, can't blame me on that. I just doesn't have significance to me because I didn't like. I mean, it has significance, but not the same impact because I wasn't watching in real time. But
right,
of course.
Reg has won back-to-back pillar to post champion. Before we give Reg his FaceTime, Kate, any final words here?
Just that this was very, very fun, and I appreciate you inviting me on. And I'm just glad that it's not Louis Dangoor. Reg will carry this. Reg will carry this appropriately and with honor, and honor is real, and I respect that. And if I wasn't going to win, should be the guy that made CM Punk cry. You know what I mean?
Reg, talk to the people. Say anything
Best
you would like.
in the world, Double R Righteous Reg's Grapsity podcast every Saturday. You have to go to righteousreg.bandcamp right now. righteousreg.bandcamp.com. Get my new project Regular. It's by Righteous Reg. Alias is on the beats. I made CM Punk cry. Go watch the clip on YouTube. Every Saturday morning, you get the best of the best Grapsity podcast. It's Fightful. It's me. I'm 2-0. Can't nobody beat me. I'm still waiting for this trivia showdown thing. No one wants to take me on. I'm taking everybody out. It's Double R, best in the world. I appreciate everybody in the stream. I appreciate everybody in this chat. I appreciate everybody around the world. I like to thank y'all for being amazing. This is it. righteousreg.bandcamp.com. Go get my album right now. Thank you.
Appreciate everybody joining us here on the stream today. Joining the show, Kate, Reg, Louis, Jarrett. Appreciate you guys. A lot of fun. This is on Fightful Overbooked every other week, usually on Tuesdays at 2 p.m. Tuesdays at 2 p.m. Eastern, but we moved it to Thursday or Wednesday, made it on the main channel this week. But go to Fightful Overbooked. You can check out this show again bi-weekly. And the weeks that we don't do this show, Lambs takes over the channel and drops all the scoops. So, guys, thank you. You guys are more than welcome to stick around. We're going to read a couple of super chats here. And Kate, you were involved in one of these, as James says, "Sorry, Kate, but I love the rankings. Please don't hate me."
I don't hate the idea of rankings. I don't like the half commitment to the rankings. That's my biggest issue. Ring of Honor actually was the only place that I've seen doing it right. MLW does it okay, but they only matter sometimes, and that's so much worse than not like having them at all, in my opinion.
Agreed.
It's god awful, their rankings.
Just call it a geek chart. If it's not determining anything,
it's frustrating because it's like they're like, okay, today we really care, but then next week they don't care. But then the week after that they really care. So it's like it has to be consistent, and it's just I don't know. And then they're adding numbers and on dark and stuff. So it's like it's hard to get.
It was said that like it was kind of like going to be like college football where it's like, oh, quality will matter a little bit over quantity. And that clearly hasn't happened because CM Punk's not ranked and his quality is pretty good.
Right.
Yeah. And I'm still waiting for the advanced stats. I was promised that. I thought we were going to get like finishing tracking and things like that, but they've gone into more of the entertainment than the sports. And I understand
Jericho?
It's a television. It's a
damn it.
It's a television company, right? It's tough.
Right. At the end of the
but
day.
like,
Yeah.
even remember when Taz was doing the move breakdown stuff? That was so
Yeah.
cool. Like,
Right.
I miss those things. I like those elements a
Mhm.
lot.
Yes, I tried to do my own like goofy power rankings and had to give up when they stopped taking it serious. I'm like, no, I can't even pretend to make this like sports anymore because y'all don't care. So I
Right.
can't pretend to care. I'm with you, guys. If you want to send in any super chats as we wrap up here, feel free. I should probably like promote that stuff a little bit more.
Yeah, leave a thumbs up too on this video.
I'm just here to have fun. You know, I don't get any money off of this stuff. It was overbooked to be promoting like hell, but I don't get any money off of these shows. You know? Thank you guys. Thanks everybody for the chat, for joining us. And you can go to fightfuloverbooked.com. Lively chat. These are very fun. Red will be back hopefully to defend the title. If not, we'll crown an interim champion, and then we'll have a champion versus champion showdown.
I'm here every time. You gotta beat me to get that title, okay?
The Reg Open Challenge. I love
it. We are booking on this show.
Yes.
This is actually a wrestling show that we're doing.
It is.
Right.
Guys, I appreciate it. Everyone talk to. I saw JJ's chat. Everyone go check out Graph City every Saturday at noon Eastern right here on the main channel. Check out Kate and Jarrett at the you guys are running like super late this week because the NCAA tournament, aren't you?
Yeah, so we start at 12:30, which is why we were initially looking for a West Coaster, but Jarrett stepped in, so we're very, very appreciative of that.
Sleep. Yeah, people just don't sleep. Yeah,
especially at a Friday.
True. And Kate's also on Sour Graps with Alex on Tuesdays, and then Fightful Select whenever she pops on there. You just do a bunch of shows. You're on Overbooked doing stuff with Joel, unfortunately. Sorry about that.
My cross to bear.
Stuff, yes. Guys, thank you guys again. Sign up to Fightful Select, go to Fightful Overbooked. We'll talk to y'all later on.